everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you're new here. For those of you who don't know, my name is Hiba, and here on my channel I like to cover recent missing person cases. Today I want to provide some updates about the Dianna Brice case. For those of you who aren't aware of this case or haven't seen my previous video, I recommend you go ahead and watch that first. But I'll go ahead and give you an overview of what happens just so you have an idea. Dianna, a 21-year-old woman, was last seen on March 30th, 2021 at around 2 p.m. in southwest Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. On the day of her disappearance, Dianna was picked up by her boyfriend, Justin Smith, from a laundromat in Lansdowne. Dianna had been at the laundromat with her mother and had told her that she was going to go pick up a prescription from the pharmacy with her boyfriend and that she would return home after. Prior to leaving the laundromat at around 11:30, however, Dianna was visibly upset and emotional but wouldn't tell her mother why. When Dianna never returned home after 2 p.m., her mother called Justin, who informed her that he didn't know where Dianna was, which obviously didn't make sense to her since he was supposed to take her to the pharmacy and then bring her back home. According to Justin, the two had gotten into an argument on the way to the pharmacy, and Dianna proceeded to get out of the car on 57th Street and Springfield Avenue at some point between 1 to 2 p.m. He claimed that this was the last time that he saw Dianna. Immediately, this set off red flags for Dianna's mom. You see, Dianna was 4 months pregnant at this time, and she couldn't understand how Justin could leave her on the side of the road, even if they had gotten into some argument. And to be honest, I don't think most people would leave in this sort of situation. When Dianna's mom threatened to file a missing person report, Justin freaked out and told her to call him before she calls the police, which again is just another red flag. A few hours later, between 4 to 5 p.m., Justin was allegedly spotted running away from his vehicle, which had been set on fire and crashed into a pole near Cobbs Creek Parkway. Since that day, Justin's whereabouts have been unknown and his cell phone has been shut off. So all of this is what I was able to tell you in my last video. However, we have new information now. On Monday, April 5th, nearly a week following her disappearance, police released the heartbreaking news that Dianna's body was found in a wooded area about a mile away from where Justin's car had been set ablaze. She was shot in the head multiple times. At this point, it wasn't clear to authorities whether Justin was running from them because he had been involved or responsible for Dianna's death, or if he had suffered a similar fate or was trying to avoid someone out to get him next. Authorities also highlighted that even if Justin was involved, there might be another third person involved. And it didn't take long to figure out who this third person was. On April 10th, 5 days after discovery of Dianna's body, Tylydiah Garnett was arrested and charged with arson, criminal conspiracy, abuse of a corpse twice due to the fact that Dianna was pregnant, and other related crimes in connection to Dianna's case.
Police also tell us they had issued an arrest warrant for 21-year-old Tylydiah Garnett of North Philadelphia. She was arrested on Saturday for her involvement in the murder of Brice. Brice's body was found in a wooded lot in southwest Philly a week ago. She was initially reported missing back on March 30th. Officers say Garnett, the woman who police arrested, is seen on video helping dispose of the victim's body before she fled to Miami.
I'm just going to refer to her as Garnett from here on out. But according to investigators, Garnett is captured on video footage helping dispose of Dianna's body. She's seen loading a heavy object, which is assumed to be Dianna's body, into her car with Justin in a garage rented or owned by him. After putting Dianna's body into her vehicle, Garnett followed Justin to the location where they would dump Dianna's body and where it would eventually be found. Garnett was also caught on video buying gasoline, which we can assume was later used to help burn the vehicle.
We will present evidence that Miss Garnett came very shortly after the murder of Miss Brice to the aid of her friend Justin Smith. She purchased gasoline. We have her on video doing that, buying the can and the gasoline. She took it to a garage which is owned or rented by Mr. Smith. She met him there, loaded a heavy object, you see it on video, into the trunk of her car. That object, we believe we will show at the preliminary hearing, was the body of Dianna Brice with her dead child.
After her involvement helping Justin cover up Dianna's murder, she fled to Miami. Initially, some suspected that another person was romantically involved with Justin, and this is what may have led to Dianna's disappearance. However, from what we know, Garnett and Justin are just friends. However, she did get involved with covering up a murder, and that's a lot to do for a so-called friend. I found a post on Justin's Facebook from 2014 that Garnett posted, and I'll insert that here. She basically had posted an image of herself and says that she's his best best friend with a laughing emoji and a heart eye emoji. Again, I'm not sure if they were more than friends, but we at least know that they've had an ongoing relationship of some sort, whether it's just a friendship or not, since 2014 when this post was posted. I've also read some sources claim that Justin and Garnett's friendship date back even further, back to when they were in grade school, and that Dianna wasn't necessarily fond of Garnett, and I'm not sure why. I haven't been able to find any reasoning, so there's a lot of questions surrounding that. Regardless, Garnett's preliminary hearing is set for April 26th, but despite her obvious involvement and charges against her, Garnett's bail was set at just $75,000, and she only had to pay 10% of that, or $7,500, to be released, at least temporarily. Officials were pushing that she be held without bail just because she is a flight risk, and we know that she fled to Miami after she did help cover up the murder. However, they were unsuccessful, and she is currently out on bail. Justin Smith's whereabouts are still unknown. Since they have footage of Garnett, I'm assuming that they have footage of Justin. After all, they said that she was helping him load the body. In fact, a warrant was issued for his arrest, and he is the primary suspect in Dianna's murder. Although a full timeline of what happened hasn't been released, authorities have stated that they believe that Justin shot Dianna in his car. The family's private investigator, Kevin Ryan, believes that Justin is evading law enforcement with the help of others and might be traveling from place to place. Despite having a clearer picture of what happened that day, I still wonder what Dianna knew prior to being picked up by Justin. Did she know that this was going to be her fate? I don't think that she did, because I don't think she would have gone with Justin had she known or feared for her safety. But according to her mom, Dianna just kept crying that day and was in a very emotional state, but wouldn't tell anyone why. So I wonder why she was so emotional, and unfortunately, I don't know if we'll ever find the answer to that. On Thursday, April 15th, what would have been Dianna's 22nd birthday, her friends and family gathered together for her funeral. They've released purple and turquoise balloons to celebrate her. Dianna leaves behind a beautiful 4-year-old baby boy who goes by AJ, and family and friends who love and miss her dearly. She was 4 months pregnant and had so much to look forward to. She had a gender reveal party coming up towards the end of this month on April 29th, and she hoped that she was having a girl, but AJ hoped that he was going to have a little brother. And after further testing, now we know that AJ would have had a little brother like he always wanted. However, all of this was stripped away from Dianna and from her family, and they deserve justice. Dianna and her unborn baby deserve that justice. There's a GoFundMe for Dianna's funeral expenses and for her son's future college expenses, and I'll put that down in the description below. I'll also leave my sources below as always. This is such a tragic case, and I tried to be optimistic in my first video about Dianna. I was hoping that she did just leave Justin's car and would be found, or had been somewhere, maybe at a shelter, and just haven't been able to reach out. But this is just so sickening how somebody could do this to her. If you have any information about Justin or his whereabouts, please come forward. A tip is all investigators need to find him, so no information is too small or insignificant. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please share Dianna's story and keep her family in your thoughts during this time, and I'll see you guys in my next one.